When was the last time that you thought of your business as magical, as fun? It's so easy to get caught up in the daily hustle and bustle, getting all the work done, the stresses and the pressures. It's easy to lose thread of that magic that we first felt in business. This has been a lot on my mind lately, and I wanted just to share some of my thoughts on it. Hopefully, it helps rejog some of that passion in your own business. So we recently had a really large snowfall and it was gorgeous. And it reminded me of some memories. This particular snow was perfect snow for making a snowman. And I thought back to some early memories with my parents making a snowman. It started off with just a little ball of snow that they had to help me make, but then it was easy to start rolling it and making it bigger and bigger. Eventually, it got so big I couldn't even move it anymore. Then I had to have some help stacking the snowballs on top of each other, and then we got to personalize the snowman into whatever we wanted. It was a really fun experience. I remember just feeling that out of sort of nothingness, this sentinel of fun had been created in the yard. It's interesting as I think back to that to remember how that relates to starting a business. We start with this little seed of an idea, this hope, this passion, this dream. It's just so compact. And eventually, if we roll it around enough, it starts to work. It starts to catch and build momentum and grow bigger and bigger. And eventually, we can build our own snowman out of it, our own new business and exciting adventure. But how easy is it to forget the magic of what happened and take it as a practical face value? Oh, it's just three snowballs of graduated size stacked on top of each other. It's about 7 hours of labor in the cold. How easy it is to make this very mechanical and to lose sight of that initial magic that we had. When we first started, we loved what we did. If we didn't love it, we wouldn't have had the perseverance to keep seeing it through up to today. A sane person would have given up a long time ago. And so I just wanted to take this time to remind you that what you have done in creating a business is magical. Us entrepreneurs, we create something out of nothing, and that is an extremely special event. And it's so easy to lose track because we're in the day to day and the minutia to forget what we have done and what we continue to do and why it's so important. So if you're not feeling like your business is magical, this is a little bit of a call to action, maybe to review a few things. One is to just adjust the attitude of perception to some gratitude and acknowledge that a blanket of snow is a blanket of potential. We can build beautiful snowmen and have a great time, or we can think of it as driveways to shovel and struggling work to have to be done. So just taking some time out of that day to day, just trying to find a little perspective every once in a while has really been helping me out lately. And then the second thing is to be mindful that what we're creating is something that we actually want to create. We have a blank canvas of anything that can be made. We should be very mindful of not making it into a prison of a thing we don't like. I've seen so many entrepreneurs end up building a business that isn't actually what they want. They've built a snowman that doesn't express their actual personality and what they'd like to be, just what they think it's supposed to be like. Entrepreneurs who have built a business that has them working 24 hours on call when their initial reason to start the business was to have more time with their family. And they're concerned, well, if I, do a 6 p.m. cutoff, I'll lose some customers. And there's probably some truth to that, but at the end of the day, they have to make a thing that works for them for the long term. And that might mean breaking some rules, being creative, but it's really important you don't build a jail for yourself. If we build a jail for ourselves in our business, then we're making ourselves miserable. And it's hard to find the magic if we've put ourselves into a forced labor camp and a jail that we hate. So I just wanted to remind you that you have the creative force and the ability to make changes in your business to make sure it's one that keeps giving you joy and happiness. The final thing is sometimes we're just lacking some basic skills that are required to get us to that next level. I remember early on, I really couldn't make that snowball, so I couldn't build a snowman. I'd have someone help me with the initial snowball packing, then I could roll it from there. And then, of course, I couldn't lift to stack them. I had to have little pieces of help to make those pieces come together. But a little bit of help then propelled the rest of the things to go really smoothly. So finally, if you're feeling a bit stuck in one area, don't be shy about reaching out for help, trying to read a book, talking to other friends, other people, being a bit vulnerable in that area to get you to that next height and that next level so you can go back to enjoying it and not feeling stuck in that same endless loop of stress. So I just want to encourage you to just take a step back, and we wrap up these holidays here, sit and think a little bit about the beautiful thing that you've built from nothing. about what your life might have been on another trajectory that was maybe less creative, and what you've got to do now in an area of passion that you had. Of course, there are some benefits to the kind of more plain, straightforward path, but your path, you have ultimate flexibility. And if you're not exercising that, you're really missing out on some opportunities. So I hope you continue to find the passion, the joy, and the magic in the beautiful business that you've built. Have a wonderful day.